It's time to celebrate the wins of the War Within, the things that we think Blizzard really got right during this expansion.
Let's dive in with the first big win, Delves.
I don't know, I didn't love Delves. I like doing big DPS and dungeons with you guys or exploring the open world.
Hold on there, Debbie Downer. Delves were great for Little John and I during Season 1 when we were getting back into the game and learning how our classes work.
I guess that's true. I really mostly play with you guys and you don't rage at me in chat if I miss a kick.
It's a perfect entry point for beginners to learn mechanics without the pressures of trying to perform for people you don't know.
They were great for hopping in and gearing an alt, but they do get repetitive. How could Blizzard make them even better?
Great question. I think it'd be cool if they added infinite scaling like the M+ system with leaderboards for bragging rights and tie in a myth gear track similar to the Keystone Vault system. Complete higher tiers, get vault rewards with myth level drops. Give solo players a path to top gear so they can be more confident when they decide to group up.
I think I'd like them a lot better if they had some brighter open world options like the dungeons prior to the Sacred Flame or Dawnbreaker. Spending so much time in damp dark caves make me feel like a slightly moldy scout.
Sounds good to me. Okay, next win.
Mythic dungeon tuning in Season 2 and resilient keystones were game changers. As noobs, it was much easier to hop in and start learning.
Yeah, it was great to be able to hop into a 12 without worrying that I might make someone rerun an 11 afterwards. Less wasted time is always a win.
Now people without tons of time can actually progress M+. It brought the best part of raiding to those who can't get 20 people together.
Exactly, it respects our time and keeps the challenge fun. To make it even better, how about bringing resilient keys to everyone, not just people doing +12s and higher? This is a massive home run and there is no reason to give it only to the 10% of player base that's pushing for 3K rating or higher.
Resilient 3s sound great to me.
Yeah, what's the next win?
Turbo Boost was a ton of fun. It gave us a way to grab best in slot pieces we just weren't lucky enough to see drop, especially on alts. And finally ditching crest caps, letting us upgrade everything to max level without the wait, it felt so good.
It was great for gearing my druid without feeling like I was starting from scratch. No more bad luck blues when that one trinket refuses to drop. But it did kinda highlight how annoying those caps are normally. Why not just scrap them from the start of every season?
I was able to get the trinkets I needed on all my alts. The puzzling cartel chips were really nice. But why treat myth gear different from hero gear? Just make upgrades the same across the board. Keep it simple for us noobs.
But raising the eye level cap mid-season didn't feel great for people who ground out their eye level early on in the season and felt like they had to refarm everything. I think that the way that they could take this directional win is to keep the eye level stable throughout a patch, ditch the crest cap from the beginning of the season, and bring in the Turbo Boost event to help with the pieces of gear that are hard to get.
Fair point. I wouldn't mind boosting my whole warband without the extra hassle. Sounds like a win for family game night.
Okay, moving on. What's the fourth big win?
The Collector's Bounty event. It was an absolute win for the mount and transmog hunting community. It cranked up the drop rates on all those rare legacy goodies, turning old content into a fresh treasure hunt. We weren't exactly the target market, but I really did enjoy getting that water elemental from the BFA raid that I never got to run back in the day.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. It was fun at the beginning, but it did get boring. Extra transmog got me ready for the trial of style, but it kinda sucked the life out of the other stuff like dungeons and raids because everyone was off farming. The world felt a bit empty outside the old raids and dungeons.
It did feel kinda nice to finally get mounts. How could they make it even cooler without emptying the game?
I really think it would be great if they tied some mount and transmog incentives into the public test realm. Give testers mount and transmog tokens for bug hunts or feature trials that they can redeem for hard to obtain mounts. It would get more folks helping to polish the game and squashing bugs before they go live.
Ooh, I'd jump on PTR for the Tazavesh Gear Glider. It would make testing fun, and we'd all win with fewer launch hiccups.
Maybe they could run increased drop rate events like Collector's Bounty for shorter slices of time, like a week or a weekend, throughout the season, so the game doesn't feel completely dead for a whole month.
Awesome idea. Last one was the final win.
The one-button rotation. While it may have been controversial among the elite professional World of Warcraft class, it was a big win for newbies and people with disabilities.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I think it will help Mommy play with us as she learns how to move in the game, and she can think about rotations later. It makes WoW welcoming instead of intimidating. No more panicking trying to find the right spell.
It's super helpful for beginners, but I think it would be a lot better if Blizzard put some actual tutorials into the game, so people can learn why the one button does what it does.
Keep it optional and keep expanding those options. Some actual tutorials would be awesome, and maybe a few more specs should be beginner friendly like Beast Mastery Hunter and Rep Paladin. I'd love to see Blizzard utilize the hero talent system to have a beginner friendly version of every different class. It could keep a low barrier to entry without giving one button enjoyers carpal tunnel or feeling like they're in a slot machine simulator. Blizzard is definitely on the right track here, but they could give this a lot more love.
There you have it, the biggest wins of the War Within and our ideas to make them shine brighter. What do you think? Tell us your favorite features in the comments. And YouTube thinks you'll like this video. YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here.